Now we're going to cross live back to Djabal camp in Chad once more, and Rahma will show you his house and where he lives and introduce you to his family, and after which we will have an interview between John Prendergast and some of the children in Chad. So let's cross over now. If everyone is ready, I can see it up on the screen. Is it going?
Go. So we are here right now back in Djabal camp in Eastern Chad, and it's a great pleasure for me to again introduce you to my friend Rahma, who is going to show you where he lives, so that you can get an idea of how Sudanese refugees in Eastern Chad live. Rahma, do you want to show us your house?
Okay, this is all my house, and this is my for my brother sleep, and this is for my father sleep and my mother sleep, and this is for my kids,
The kitchen.
yeah, and this is for sleep.
Where you sleep. Can we go where you sleep,
Okay.
and then we see?
It's shut.
You cannot open? Oh. No, it's maybe closed here. Maybe it's closed. So it doesn't matter. Rahma, it doesn't matter. Yeah. The locks are even here. Okay, now we open the lock.
Yes.
So if you want to have a look.
Yes. This is. Yes, I sleep here.
So may I still sleep?
I sleep.
This is where you sleep. So you sleep on the floor.
Yes. I don't have a bed.
You don't have a mattress.
Yes.
You just sleep on the floor.
Yes.
But at least you have a mosquito net. But maybe we should get you a mat.
Yes.
And if you don't have a mattress, at least
Yes.
get you
Yes.
a mat to sleep on.
Yeah.
So then let's see the rest of your house. So as you can see, the refugees in Djabal camp are of the Dutch and Masalit tribe, most of them. And since we do have lots of straw in this area, they construct most of their houses with straw. If we move further north, and if we visit other camps of Sudanese refugees, then you will see that they construct with bricks. So it looks completely different. But now let's continue.
Well, somebody's written me a note here.
Okay.
Yep. Then what do I do to return it? Oh.
Type of it sent.
Yes. Yes.
This is where your brothers sleep.
Yes.
Okay.
Here is my aunt sleep.
Okay.
And here is my three brothers sleep here.
Three brothers sleep here on this bed, and Rahma's aunt sleeps on another bed.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit overcrowded.
Yeah.
But let us move. So, and before we go and see the kitchen,
Yes.
I see that there are some of your relatives here, and your mother is here as well. So maybe do you want us to introduce you to your mother?
Yeah. And this, I'm introduce or my mother.
No, you tell us your mother's name.
Okay. This is my mother. His name is Fatima Muhammad Adam. Yes.
She maybe want to say something. So she's saying thank you very much for visiting her house.
Yes,
she's a very, very generous person, and we really do appreciate very much that we are allowed to somehow disturb the intimacy of refugees so much today, just to show you. And your uncle is also here, right?
Yes, this is my uncle.
So, and what is his name?
His name is Abdurrahman Abdul Rasul.
But maybe your uncle also wants to say something.
Okay.
كويس نشكركم فعلا زرتونا في هذا المنزل وتفقد أحوالنا وظروف المعيشيات بتاعنا والحمد لله يعني جيت من بلد بعيدة ونشكركم كثير يعني مرة أخرى وتزورونا في زمن آخر برضه إن شاء الله.
He said that thank you very much because you come from very far distant places in order to see us how we live and how is our situation. He is very happy to see you here. He said he is very happy. And
Question from the chat room. How does Rahma see his future?
How do you see your future?
Okay, my future is good, but he has no study any education well.
Mhm.
But I need to you to help me in American and I read so the education.
So basically, Rahma is saying that he has a very positive view on his future, but he wishes to have a better education, especially a better English education, and the facilities also in regarding textbooks and teachers to really train his English and to get to secondary school, as we said before. So you may wish to know that in Rahma's house, he has there are 7 children in total. Rahma's parents are living here. He's living here with his 6 brothers and sisters, his aunt, and some of his relatives, which is a very common thing that Sudanese refugees who moved from one village to the refugee camp usually stay together. All the other people you can see here around are their neighbors in the
Yes.
refugee camp. Rahma just said that they were not neighbors back in Darfur, but sometimes it happens also that whole villages move as refugees from the village they come from to a refugee camp, and there they install themselves next to each other to continue more or less the life they had in their home village. So maybe now we move on to see your kitchen.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum. So today we have a little bit like a smoke. Right now, at what time do you eat?
At 7 o'clock.
At 7 o'clock you
Yes,
eat.
yes.
And usually the refugees are preparing the whole day the food. It's a very, very tiring exercise. Here you can see basically the oven. It's an open oven with firewood, and UNHCR distributed cooking pots to save energy. Most of all firewood energy, because as I already mentioned before, firewood is quite scarce in Eastern Chad. At what time do you get up in the morning to get your tea?
At 6 help.
At 6 already?
Yeah.
At 6, and then you start the school at what
Yes.
time?
At 6 and for 40 minutes I go in the school.
Okay.
Yes. When I go to school and came back at 9 o'clock at breakfast.
Yes.
I came back and go back breakfast at 10 o'clock. I'm get from the school at 12 o'clock. Yes, just here.
So this is basically the same program they are also having in Sudanese villages. The main meal is taken in the morning. The breakfast is taken quite late, between 9 and 10 is the breakfast after the morning tea, very early in the morning. And for the morning tea, the young girls and the women have already to go to the water point to get enough water to prepare the tea here in this oven. So now let's move on. Yeah. Very good. So, can you introduce us to your friend here?
This is my donkey.
This is your donkey,
Yes.
and this is the mummy.
Yeah. And this is the baby.
And what's the name of the mummy?
His name is Chakra. And
Chakra.
Yes.
And she had the baby.
Yes.
And you keep the baby?
Yes.
You will keep the baby? Is this the donkey you came
Yes. Yes, from Darfur.
from Darfur?
Yes.
So, like most refugees from Darfur, if they come by foot, they came by donkey.
Yes.
And you came with this donkey?
Yes.
And now she had a baby. So someone to scare her. Looks a little bit scared. Still. So, yeah, now she wants to go with her mommy. So, now maybe we move on.